Hey, Shad here with Speed Addicts, everyone's favorite gear site and now superstore. In today's video, we're gonna check out the Cidi Mid Adventure boot. What's up, Speed Addicts fan? Before we tell you about this Mid Adventure boot, do us a favor, subscribe to the channel. That way you're getting the latest and greatest from the power sports game and making excellent gear buying decisions. We promise you that if you subscribe. And if you're going to shop online for gear, the one place to do it, you know it, speedaddicts.com. There's a link in the description below. They'll get you right over to the complete selection of Cidi boots over at speedaddicts.com in case you're not already over there. And we really do appreciate you shopping with us. That's what keeps the lights on over here. We appreciate your support. And remember, we got the industry's best return policy, 90 days, makes shopping for boots online risk-free and painless. We even pay that return shipping. And finally, my last shameless plug before I tell you about these beautiful, beautiful adventure boots on the table today. Come and see them in person in the world famous Speed Addicts Superstore, now open in SoCal. If you're in Southern California, come say what's up at our first retail store in the city of Orange. We've got all sorts of gear on the floor, including the world's most epic helmet and boot wall. Okay, here we go. The Mid Adventure from the folks over at Cidi. Cidi, one of those Italian boot companies. The Italians know what they're doing with boots, okay? Actually started as a mountaineering footwear company, and then they decided that the motorcycle industry was more fun than climbing. They wanted to have a motor attached to them, and I don't blame them. So now here we have them. Cidi, a leader in both power sports and cycling shoes. The Mid Adventure is just that. It is a mid-length adventure boot. They have a full adventure boot if you want a full cut, but if you want something that isn't quite as motorcycle-y when you're off your bike, you want something that's a little bit more walkable off the bike, the mid-length is going to be that compromise in terms of your comfort, walkability off your machine compared to that full length, which is going to offer you more protection. But again, it's going to be a little bit heavier, a little less comfortable to move around in. So the Mid Adventure is going to run you $349. The Mid Adventure is lighter than the full Adventure, coming in at 2 pounds, 6 ounces, which is pretty standard for a boot of this size. It is CE rated over in Europe for protection, and the fit is true to size, yet slightly narrow, okay? They're going to be in Euro sizes on speedaddicts.com. Before me, I have a size 43 Euro. That translates to a 9 US. So you're going to have to do a little bit of work with the sizing chart. You click the size chart button on Speed Addicts, it's going to show you the conversion. My advice to you would be, if you have wider feet, or if you've ever tried on shoes and gone, they aren't wide enough, that's probably a clue. You're going to need to round up a size, is my recommendation. So instead of the 43, if you're a size 9, don't order the 43s, order the 44s, okay? You get what I'm talking about here? That's the math you're gonna have to do. If you don't have wide feet, then you'll appreciate the cut of the Cidi Mid Adventure. Size is Euro 39 through 50, okay? Now remember, when you're shopping for boots online, I know it's a little harder than when you're in the store, and that's why we have the industry's best return policy. Any reason you don't like them, they don't fit, whatever it is, you can go to our returns portal, run a label right there, real quick and get them on the way back free of charge. You can even get same-day store credit, so you can then go and buy the size you need. That's what the inside of the boots look like. Just remember, they need to be brand new in original packaging. You can't have worn them on the bike, just at home to get an idea of the fit. So the Cidi is what they call a microfiber or synthetic leather upper. This is also has Cordura inserts. Really beautiful looking boot. I think that's where they're kind of edging out some of their competition here. The Mid Adventure really looks great. It looks rugged. It's going to hold up. Now, the magic here is that it also has Gore-Tex. That's going to bump up the price a bit. That's why we're in that $300 price range. They don't give that Gore-Tex stuff away. In case you're not familiar with Gore-Tex, Gore-Tex is a water membrane or barrier, okay? It keeps water from going in while letting the heat and water or the moisture off your foot out. It actually pulls it out, okay? That's the magic of the membranes, pulling the moisture and the heat out of the boot while keeping the rain or the stream crossing or whatever you're doing from getting in the boot, okay? So this has Gore-Tex throughout. Will keep your feet dry and cool, okay? The buckle system, let's move righty out of the way. We have 2 buckles, okay? They are both replaceable, serviceable. If you snap one of these off, you will be able to get a replacement and just screw it right back on. Up top, we have a Velcro entry, and then you jump right into a very comfy internal wicking kind of nylon liner there. The insole is removable, so if you want to run a certain type of insole, you are welcome to do so. We'll go ahead and Velcro that back up. And then I like what they did with the thermoplastic here. They kind of did these wraps that are attached to the medial side of the boot. It's just a real smart, nice design. Now they actually have built in the split grain leather internal, like the frame of this boot, they've incorporated heat panels on the inside. It's going to keep the heat from the bike out of your boot, or at least minimize it. It's a nice, smart feature they've recommended there. Now, some of the feedback that we've gotten about the Mid Adventure is that it does require some break-in. This boot is fairly stiff out of the box. It's going to break in nicely, give it a chance. You still want that stiffness because it's going to provide protection. They've wrapped the thermoplastic, or the TPU, up the top. It's going to protect that ankle bone nicely. And then you get the whole heel wrap here. Reinforcement in the heel is important, and plenty of protection here. They've doubled up on that material on the inside without anything getting in the way of you making contact with the bike. The rear has a little reflector, added visibility out there on the road, and it is billowed in the back. Okay, so it's a little bit easier, and it's actually cut back here where your calf is for a little bit more comfort off of the machine. You do have a nylon gear shift patch here up there on the toe. In terms of the stiffness of the toe box, I would rate it a 8 or 9 out of 10. This is very stiff. I wouldn't call it a steel toe, but it is one of the stiffer toe boxes I've seen on an adventure boot, which is great. You're going to have that protection in case you go down. Bikes are heavy these days. And when we get over to the sole here, we have a shock absorbing heel, and we have a bonded non-slip lugged out sole. So this thing is really tacky. It's going to grip even the slickest intersection when you're stopped at the light. You know, people forget how much oil's dripped onto the asphalt, how slick that stuff can get, especially if there's a little bit of water down. So really grippy sole here. Shouldn't be any sort of issues. You got a 1-year warranty from the folks over at Cidi. It is the Cidi Mid Adventure boot, available now at speedaddicts.com and in the store number 1, Speed Addict Superstore here in Orange. Come see him in person. That's it for today. We appreciate y'all for watching. We'll see you next time to find out what's in the crate.